What's good, my people, my fam? It's your boy ZTV. You know what I'm saying? Back with another video. And I just want to say that I just got done seeing Dragon Ball Super Hero. And I'm going to give basically a proper review. And I'm not going to be like Game Shark. Because I'm going to tell y'all this right now. I had to do what I did in that other video. Because people like him need to be checked. Game Shark has a very, very nasty attitude. Because once again, this is a movie. People are paying money to see this movie. I just spent $13 because I had it. Because I'm a true Dragon Ball fan. So they sitting up here trying to argue me saying, oh, you didn't see the movie. I just now seen the movie, but I'm going to give my honest criticism. I'm going to give you a proper review because Game Shark did not give a proper review of that movie at all. Because you cannot attack people. Okay? I'm just going to be very honest. And I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to, I understand people like what they like. Okay? You're free to your opinion. You can say what you want to say, but again, people have a right to feel the way they feel about Cell Max. Okay, and I understand why they're saying what they're saying because that movie could have been done a lot more. And like I said, I'm not the one complaining about the graphics. The CGI was actually like great in that film. Gamma 1 and 2, they definitely had they could have done a lot more because they've demonstrated power. But this is what I said is like it's just the personality. The reason why I compared them to 17, 18 because again, like they're androids. So they're meant to follow orders. The problem is you giving them feelings. You give them compassion. And them kidnapping Pan, that was really unnecessary. Because he could have sent Gamma 1 to just go right after Gohan if that was the case. But anyways, how the movie starts off, I like how it starts off, right? I like how you show the history of the Red Ribbon Army. I like that. Okay? I'm not complaining there at all. Like, it has some good things about it, but the problem was that Cell Max, it brings down the movie, right? That Cell Max form, it brings down, because again, to me personally, I would have done something differently. But before I get to Cell Max, let me just tell you the good things I like about the movie. Let me just tell you the good stuff. So for one, I like the fact that they had the fact that Piccolo was sneaking in there like that. I like that because it reminds me of Metal Gear Solid. He basically went Solid Snake on him. And I like the fact that he's also training Pan, because that's what he used to do for her father. Because to me, Piccolo's the unofficial godfather of Gohan. So I like the fact that it has sentimental value to it. It brought back some nostalgia. Because remember, Gohan had it rough. This is Gohan that when it was a Saiyan, so like he had to try to survive on his own. But the fact that she's training with Piccolo, again, I like that potential. We've seen glimpses of Pan's power. Okay, and I like that. But what I don't like the fact is that Gohan is not training like he should be. Like he's just way too busy. Like I said, I'm gonna get to his form in a little bit, but yeah, I mean he's busy all the time. Like Gohan's not meant to be stronger than Goku or Vegeta, because we've seen that in that movie. We've seen Goku, Vegeta, and now Broly training with Beerus and Reese. So I'm gonna let you know off the top, Gohan cannot be his power, that new form, that beast form, it can't equal up to Goku and Vegeta. He just cannot. Again, Goku and Vegeta are fighting against villains that are way more powerful, way more stronger than what he fought against. Okay, so I'm just going to clarify that now. They're training with a destroyer god and Reese, who's an angel. Angels can't die. They're actually immortal. And it don't matter which angel is guarding which universe with the destroyer, they can't die. And we've seen that in the Tournament of Power. But yeah, man, the problem with the Red Armor and Dr. Hito is that, again, Dr. Gero is his grandfather. If anything, you should want revenge for what happened with your grandfather. Okay, even Magenta, right? Like there's some funny scenes with him in there, and I get what Toriyama was going with, but it's at the same time, it's like I understand that him being impatient, but like it's like, why would you try to persuade Dr. Hito with food? That's stereotypical. Let's cover that now, man. too before I continue. So yeah, I like the Pan part, right? I like Pan. I like the development. I like what they did with Piccolo. And again, I must stress this too. Piccolo is a supporting character. Let me say that now. Piccolo is a supporting character. He's not meant to be on par with Goku and Vegeta either. Neither is Gohan, okay? Those are supporting characters. Okay, so this was not a Piccolo movie. Game Shark was not. When Game Shark told people that it's a Piccolo movie, it's really not. It's a Gohan movie, yeah. Piccolo, you know what I'm saying, did a good job with it, right? He just started off the fight, but no. That was all about trying to get Gohan back to what he used to be. Piccolo was trying to remind Gohan, this is how you were. Yo, you're the guardian of the earth. When your dad is gone, you're supposed to protect us from evil. That's what Piccolo was trying to do. But no, I like the fact that Piccolo and Pan are that close. So they get brownie points with me. Okay, so that was good. You know, it was fun seeing Goten and Trunks. But here's some of the stuff that confused me, what I didn't like. When they had the Shenron right, then they had the Dragon Balls, they basically wasted a wish. They wasted wishes. For one, you don't need to sexualize Bulma. They over-sexualized her. For one, there's a scene where Bulma got her ass right in the air, like her booty right in the air. It's already big enough as it is. There's a reason why Piccolo took her from Yamcha. Because remember, Yamcha was originally gonna marry Bulma. Bulma was gonna marry him. There's a reason why Vegeta took Bulma from Yamcha, because Bulma really is fine, and she always was fine. There was no need to over-sexualize Bulma when you work for Z Corp. You got all that money and all that surgery, you can get that done yourself. They wasted those one of those wishes on that. That's like, that don't make sense at all. That's basically hentai bait. Now, for the sake of this video, because this is gonna be for kids, or never mind. That's not really. I don't suggest that to children. That movie is actually not for no little kids. Now that I think about it, it's not. Some of those stuff that children don't need to be seeing. That movie is basically meant for teenagers. I'm just gonna count at the top because there's a stuff of scenes that we don't need to see. Little kids can't be seeing Bulma with her ass in the air like that, let alone wishing to get a bigger ass. That's not for no children. I don't know what Toriyama and the writers was. I don't know who told them to put it in there. Like, you over-sexualizing that character. And it's bad enough we got all these feminists and we got cancel culture that go after everything. Like, Toriyama is asking for it. Because why would you wish that to make your ass? And they immediately did make her ass a lot bigger, a lot fatter. Like, come on now, man. Like, we not need to see that. Like, I personally didn't want to see that. They over-sexualized that character. Like I said, it's hentai bait. Now, I'm not going to get into what hentai is. If you know, you know. Just for the sake of this video. Because I'm going to try to keep it, like, clean. You know, I'm gonna try to keep it, like, positive. But, no, with us seeing that wasn't that good. We need to see that. And why would you waste a wish on that? There are other things you could have wished for. Because, real talk, they could have wished for, they could use one of those Dragon Balls to wish for Goku and Vegeta back, like Piccolo say. Or you could have there was other ideas you could have done with that. To be honest. Or what they normally do, and this is in every Dragon Ball movie. This is why I say people have a reason to critique this movie. This is why Killer Wish has said in that video that it's not that good. Because in every Dragon Ball movie, from Dragon Ball Z, even when Goku was a kid, that series, they always use those Dragon Balls towards the end of the movie. They wish them on something more valuable in a crisis. Okay? In the Super Broly movie, or either movie, they use the Dragon Balls to make them, like, to get Gohan to wish his father there so they can help him with that final Kamehameha. The last movie Gohan was in when he was the main hero. It was him, Goten, and Trunks. And they used the Dragon Balls to wish Goku back, to help them with the father-son Kamehameha. That is what you use the Dragon Balls for. Use those Dragon Balls. They could have used those Dragon Balls to wish Gamma 2 back, if that was the case. Understand what they did for Piccolo, right? I understand what you're trying to do with that, but again, you wasted a wish. Master Roshi got on Oolong for wishing for panties, in Dragon Ball Super. Remember, Oolong actually did that. He wasted the wish on panties. That's a perverted pig. And shouts out to Self, the program. I was watching one of his tier lists he did recently. Well, it might have been a while ago, but he said that Oolong is a perverted character. He's a pervert. He's a 20-something-year-old pig that tried to get little girls to marry him in Dragon Ball, in that series. 5-year-old little girls. So if they got on Oolong for wishing for panties, then why would Bulma wish for a bigger ass? When you have all that surgery, you got access to all that technology. So that's one of the things I didn't like. I didn't like the fact that you got Goten and Trunks. I understand he turned fat, but you could have, when Goku and Vegeta turned fat, they were able to redeem themselves. Okay, you could have had Goten and Trunks turn regular. You could have them fused as Super Saiyan mode, if you really want to go that far. For him to turn fat like that, and then again we see the crack of his ass, the crack of his behind. I don't want to see that. Now, there's some people who are bi, or they're gay. That's what they're into, right? That's not me. For a straight man to be seeing that, that's nasty. And you chubby like that, I not need to see that at all. Like that, like come on now. Because again, you got children that's gonna be watching that. Like, come on, like what are you trying to say? So that's what I'm saying. There's some things about this movie just negative. They didn't need to go there. Again, Toriyama trying to go humorous, but it's not even funny no more. Like Toriyama's forgot that we in a day and age where now things are a lot sensitive now. There's certain things you can't be doing. They'll cancel anything. Like, come on now. When we already seen Bulma's ass in the air, now we got him. Like, man, like, come on, bro. With his shirt, his clothes is damn near burnt out, and we can see the crack of that, man. Like, oh, come on, man. Like, we didn't need to see that neither, man. Like, again, Goten, even in that fusion should have, like, they should have defused. What they should have did was defuse, then jump back in there later on. Like I said, because I also got an opinion what they should do to make the movie better, but getting back into it, so yeah. So they infiltrate the base, right? We seen this in there in that fight. But again, I understand that Cell Max was incomplete. We get that. I understand that. But he could have actually been perfect Cell and still had a decent fight. Because check this out though, right? The moment that Carmine tried to attack Pan, right? And they changed, like Gamma 1 and 2 changed, and they started fighting against Cell Max. This is what I would have did, right? I would have threw a swerve in there. This is what they should have done. The problem with Cell Max is, again, he cannot talk. Original semi-purpose Cell could talk. Then you could at least give him dialogue. If you Dr. Hito, and this is what I've been trying to explain to Game Shark and Lucid in his woman, right? If you gave Gamma 1 and 2 the ability to basically talk and have feelings, why didn't give Cell the same thing? That defeats the freaking purpose. Let's explain that there. Like, let's say if this is Toriyama's favorite character, why did he not give him the ability to talk? That's why we keep comparing it to Bio Broly. Because he's supposed to be a bioengineer android, right? Bio Broly was bioengineered. That was pretty much a corpse. The original Broly was already gone. His soul was already in hell by that time Bio Broly came. That was not the original Broly at all. But that Broly didn't talk at all. He just yelled and screamed like this Cell is doing. So again, people have a right to criticize that Cell Max because that's not what we wanted to see. If you look at Super Broly, look at Broly, right? Broly is actually talking. He got dialogue. He was talking in this movie. Chili is actually technically his girlfriend, but Beerus actually likes Chili. He has a crush on her. I like that too. That was funny. That was some of the stuff I liked in the movie too. The Goku Vegeta part of Beerus' Planet, that was like the best part in the movie, from my opinion. Because that was one of the scenes that made sense. Yeah, Gamma 1 and 2, the fight scene between Piccolo and Gamma 2, that was good. I'm not complaining about it, but again, like Gamma 1 and 2 could have had much more going for them. Those two could have fused, if anything. If they were losing the fight, those two could have fused, if anything. They could have became one. And my thing is, why they're attacking people with guns? Again, the original androids could use key blasts. Right, Dr. Gero designed them to use their key blast, to be in tune with that power. Because again, he took years to research the Z fighters with Goku and everybody else. So that's why I said in my original response to Game Shark that Gamma 1 and 2 can't be better than Android 1718, because 1718 had their own energy blast. They had their own key blast. They didn't rely on guns. They had a mission to go after Goku. That's what they did. And they didn't turn neither. They were just pure straight evil. Yes, I understand that Dr. Hito was a good guy, but even then, man, like, persuading him of food and not having him no money or nothing like that, like, come on. I get where they were trying to go, because Dr. Hito definitely did have, like, I liked his spunk. The man had spunk, right? He's very confident in his research. But he did say this about research, right? So this is why Cell Max needed to transform, because it's about research. Now let me get to that part. When in the fight with Cell Max, right, they didn't have to keep Piccolo big bulked up like that. When Piccolo punched Cell Max in that hole, okay, Piccolo should have went back to normal. When Cell Max was getting back up, I would have thrown a swerve in there. And I would have had Cell Max opening up that tail, right, using energy to absorb Gamma 1 and 2 and Dr. Hito into his body. Or even if let's say Gamma 2 is like really sacrifice himself like that, I would have had him absorb Gamma 1 and Dr. Hito inside of him. Put him inside of him, and then that form of his would have just been like a cocoon. And then have him literally transform into that perfect Cell Max. Like he should be. With him actually talking. I would have him, literally Dr. Hito, inside of him talking. Be like, oh, so this is the result of my research. This is everything I dreamed of. I am now the perfect hero. I now understand why my grandfather built Cell to be ultimate perfection. This is the example of ultimate perfection. And this is the Cell creature literally brainwashing, took control of Dr. Hito's brain. So to free Dr. Hito and Gamma 1, again, you got to break through that head of his. He still got the weakness, but now it's much harder. It's not as easy. So then when Gohan, again, so then I would have had just perfect Cell just really going into town. Because again, Cell got all kinds of different types of abilities. I would have had him really just going in on everybody. Basically forcing Goten and Trunks to refuse in, right? They defuse. They got to try to fight him with Super Saiyan. That's feeling everybody getting beat up. And that's another thing too, what I didn't like. Why they made Krillin look like he looked like a wimp, man. I'm just being honest. He looks like a chump. Why would you let your wife go in on there first? So that's what, I don't understand why Game Shark was talking all that mess about Android 18 like she used to, but Android 18 had heart. She still fought. Why? Because she's an android like they are. So she naturally is not going to be scared of them. Remember, she can't get tired. Her and 17 figure out ways, even in the tournament power. Yeah, she got eliminated, but they figured out a way to survive. 18 and 17 know how to adapt. Okay, they're that confident in their power levels. She did compete in the tournament of power. Okay, so the fact that in the battle that Krillin gonna stay back and allow his wife to go in first, that's not a gentleman at all. That's not even realistic. Like, that would not even happen. Like, that, like, come on, man. Like, let's just be honest, man. Like, Krillin, in all the movies he was ever in, from all the shows up until now, Krillin always went in there as a warrior. Krillin did not carry it out at all. Bulma don't need him Bulma don't need his protection. She really don't. Again, she got her son there. She brought reinforcements. Bulma always stayed in the back. Again, you got to keep Cell Max occupied. So I'm going to tell you, because even if Bulma would have been in trouble, I would have had Pan saving her anyway. Flying and saving Bulma from falling to her death. If that was the case. So again, people have a right to criticize this movie because it's not that good. I'm going to say it's okay. I give it 4 out of 10. Only because, again, the graphics, again, I like Dr. Hito's attitude on there, right? I like it. I like the fact that he had a bee, right, that can sting you. I like that, right? He was very arrogant. He's very cocky in who he was. But again, if it was up to me, I would have had him and Gamma 1 fused inside Cell. Cell would have literally took them. Like, because again, Cell has a brain of its own. He's supposed to be better than the original. Because even if you activate him early, you give him the ability to adapt. And then by absorbing Dr. Hito and Gamma 1, he's able to talk. And the only way Dr. Hito and Gamma 1 would have got freed, they had to break through that head of his. Even if they explode. Right? And again, somebody got to die. And then what you do is then you use those Dragon Balls to wish them back to life. That's what they should have done. Again, Piccolo, and that's the thing. Then they should have already been able to give Piccolo the power. Then they should have been able to do what his grandfather did in the Namek saga. He should have already had that power. You shouldn't have to rely on Shenron. You use Shenron after, right? For one, you use that wish to bring Gamma 1 and 2 back. And then, like I said, you wish to restore everybody that was lost. That's what you should have done with the Dragon Balls. And even Gohan, right? Why are you basically learning Piccolo's moves? I want to see Piccolo do the special beam cannon in that gigantic form. If anything, use that form to put him in that hole. Or at least weaken him or something. Right? Gohan did not need to. This is what I would have did with Gohan. Gohan's father move should have been the Kamehameha, right? That's what it should have done. It should have been a struggle, right? Again, Perfect Cell and Gohan going back and forth, but they both firing the Kamehameha. But only this time, let Pan assist him in the father-daughter Kamehameha. That would have made better sense. Let's really see Pan's power. Because when Gohan was a kid, he was literally an unsung hero. Him boosting up when all is lost, right? When there's a tragedy and somebody finna die, his true potential activates. Pan is Gohan's daughter. We should have got Pan helping her father in a father-daughter Kamehameha to end Perfect Cell Max and break through that head of his. That's what we should have gotten. Again, Dr. Hito and Gamma 1 should have all died with him. Then you contact Dende, right? You bring Dende over and then you go and wish for the Dragon Balls. You activate Shenron and say, now I'm going to give him 3 wishes. And then you go on from there. Use the first wish, bring Dr. Hito back. Second wish, bring Gamma 1 and 2 back. Or wherever else they're going to decide to do with that wish. Then if Bulma want to wish for an ass, then you do it then. But again, that was a waste. Even then, I don't agree with that. Wish for ass, I didn't win. They wasting Dragon Balls, pretty much. And even then they should have been given the ability to actually unlock Piccolo's potential since he's the guardian of the Earth. Again, he's a Namekian. He's taking the role of his grandfather did before him. That's the stuff I don't like. There's things in that movie that didn't make sense. And no, even if Cell Max was perfect, you're still not going to be able to reach the powers of Goku and Vegeta or Broly because, again, they're a much higher power level. And I demonstrated that in my round 2 video. This is me giving my honest criticism. And I'm not going to cuss nobody out. I'm not going to call nobody dumb or stupid. If you're a Dragon Ball fan, such as myself, I'm not going to call you dumb or stupid because you disagree with me. Anybody's welcome to go on my comment section. But I'm not going to be like Game Shark and this girl Lucid just coming on my wall, on my post talking trash. That's not what we going to do. That's not being respectful at all. That's just being a bunch of dicks. And that's not me. This is my honest criticism. That movie's a 4 out of 10. It's not better than Resurrection F, Battle of the Gods, or Super Broly, in my opinion. The movie didn't even sell that good at all from what I've demonstrated and showed everybody. Again, yes, you can have Cell Max starting off in that form, but later on in the movie, you got to be able to transform. Again, we should have saw Gohan in that Super Beast form taking on Perfect Cell Max, and Perfect Cell just going through everybody, having way more abilities. Perfect Cell Max didn't get enough abilities at all. And again, he's not talking. He should at least give him the ability to talk. He'd be like, who is you? He should have been able to be talking trash. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm not liking that at all. Yes, Piccolo was a good supporting character, but he ain't the main character. The main character was always Gohan. When Goku was away, Gohan is supposed to be the protector of the Earth. That's how it always was. And I get that they're trying to make Gohan back to being that form, but Gohan doesn't train like that. And we've seen this. Gohan was kind of neglect his own daughter in the movie because Piccolo's like, man, this is your daughter. This is not my child. This is your daughter. Gohan is so busy in his work and his research that he neglects to pick up his own child. It took Piccolo to have to sneak in there in gear and all this unnecessary stuff. Even how Piccolo was acting, it was unnecessary. When he was in that plane, you should already know how to fly those machines. Or whatever you call them. Them jet planes they have in there. We've seen Piccolo drive a car. In Dragon Ball Z, you should know how to fly those. But yeah, like I said, I'm not complaining with the CGI graphics. I mean, people have a right. Some people want the Dragon Ball movie to be like it already was. Some people are not ready for CGI. But no, I mean, again, like I said, there's parts of the movie I like and parts I just don't like. But again, Cell Max needed a transformation. And I can actually show you what he should have done. In my next video, I can show you parts when I debate the Lucid. I'm gonna show you parts of what they should have did with Gamma 1 and 2, and I'm gonna show you what they should have did with Cell Max. And I've actually showed you in my round 2 video. Y'all go on there. I show you character models what they could have did with perfect Cell Max. Cell Max needed to go perfect, just so we can see a real rematch between him and Gohan in that form. Okay, if he can't regenerate, give him the abilities to make himself at least get stronger, at least survive. Because other than that, he's just a big. Again, we don't need something overpowered like that. And my thing is, at least give him a different form. Like, okay, I understand that's Toriyama's favorite form, but at least give him a different head, a different face. He looks exactly the same as the original green, semi-perfect body. So that's my argument there. They could have did a lot more with him. We didn't need to see Goten, right, being fat like that with his ass cracked. We already got Bulma shaking it right in front of you in the camera when she's bending down under the sink or wherever she was doing. That's what I'm saying. That over-sexualized the character. We didn't need to see that. And her wasting Dragon Balls. Like, it defeats the purpose. Then they could have done that without the Dragon Balls. Since, again, he is a part of the Purunga, the original Namekian. That his grandfather did. He could have had that same power. Yeah, I like the fact that we seen Yajirobe and Korin. Again, I liked how the movie started off. I like Beerus' planet. Especially when he had a crush on Broly's girlfriend. I like all that, right? That was good. But that Cell Max, again, it brings it down. And even for Gohan to power up like that, again, we want to see Cell Max transfer into his perfect cell so we could get a rematch. We get a real head-to-head. And that way you could have really redeemed Cell. That would have did it justice. If they would have had Cell Max transformed, then I wouldn't have no complaints. I wouldn't even win at Game Shark the way I did. But I had to. I had no choice. But anyways, y'all, that's the video. Right? Like, subscribe if you feel like. Again, I hope you're happy now. Lucid and Game Shark, I hope you're happy. Now you can't really say nothing to me because I'm giving my honest opinion. My opinion is that Cell Max, again, he needed a transformation. That's why people are disappointed, because they could have did a lot more with him. Again, you could have gave him at least a different face. If you're going to use the same body, make him a different face. Give him something else. Give him a different design. You could be that big and have a different design. He did not need to be exactly the same as the original. The original failed. Make a newer one better. That would have made better sense. But like I said, Toriyama may need to retire. That man is 67 years old. That means he's got dementia. He got Alzheimer's. He can't remember what he did back then. And that's why this movie is getting so much criticism behind it. Because there's something that it was a Cell Max we didn't need to see. Or you could have created a different android. Like I said, Gamma 1 and 2 should have fused anyway. You could have did a lot more with them. But firing people off with guns, like, come on now, man. Like, again, the other androids that were ever in the series, they didn't need no gun. They didn't need no pistol, whatever they had in there. Because again, the Z-Fighters, you could see that coming. Look at Dr. Hito said, my body's immune to bullets. So I don't get that at all. I don't know why you gave them a gun when they could use their hands to fire up proper projectiles that Piccolo wouldn't be able to see. But that's just my argument there. But again, notice how I'm being polite. I'm acting like a gentleman. I'm not cussing a whole lot of people out. I'm not talking down on other people because they don't agree with me. That's the point I was trying to make in my last video. But again, this your boy Z TV signing off. I want to say that I love y'all. Stay tuned, stay blessed. And like I always will say, see you soon.